Hello everyone, welcome to Economics Window by Garima Singh. This is our 5-minute series where we cover economics concept relevant for competitive exam. Today we are going to discuss the theory of big push by Rosenstein-Rodin. Before I start today's video, make sure that you like, share and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content coming your way. Talking about the less developed nation, the problem of capital formation is widely recognized as the principal bottleneck in the growth process. Economists have derived out various means of methods to eradicate this problem. Therefore, when we talk about the theory of big push by Rodin, it serves as a special mention in this regard. Professor Rodin, in his pioneer work, notes on the theory of big push as a strategy to emancipate the less developed countries from the clutches of vicious circle of poverty. This theory underlines that there is a chronic problem of capital formation, skill formation, backward economic infrastructure in terms of irrigation, transport, banking, communication, services, etc., all of which discourages the entrepreneurs for the fresh investment. Therefore, the theory stresses on the need of the big push to the system with the simultaneous investment across the channel of growth. One channel will strive on the growth of the other. Talking about this big push, in the words of Rodin, he said, there is a minimum level of resources that must be devoted to a development program if it has to have any chances of success. Launching a country into a self-sustained growth is like getting an aeroplane off the ground. There is a critical ground which must be passed before the craft became airborne. Proceeding bit by bit will not add up in its efforts to the sum total of the single bits. If I have to sum up, according to this theory, there ought to be a critical minimum size of the growth program so that the constraints of indivisibility and discontinuities in the system are overcome and the diseconomies of scale are converted into the economies of scale. When we have to talk about the principal basis of the theory of big push, it is the external economies. It states that stressing the externalities is what separates it from the theory of static growth. Here, external economies mean services rendered free by one producer to the other, and it acts as a catalytic agent in the process of growth. Coming to the need of the big push, why is this push required in the economy? Number one, because of the indivisibility of the production function. Number two, indivisibility in the demand. Number three, indivisibility in the supply of saving. Further, discussing about the features of the big push theory, it stresses on massive investment in different sectors, and planned industrialization. Lastly, we have the implication. Big push implies a lump sum investment in various complementary industries as well as overhead generating various kind of external economies and all-round economic optimism. Externalities result in increasing returns or diminishing cost and a high rate of profitability that will improve the investment climate in the less developed nation. Thus, the theory points to the balanced growth of a system and a big push is needed to emancipate the system from the shackles of the poverty. Or, if I have to say in simpler words, the big push will help the less developed economies to come out of the vicious circle of the poverty. So that was it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching Economics Window by Garima Singh. And if you like this video, then do not hesitate to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content coming your way.